thing out where that gate is, and brought it in because it was too much to maintain.
Sure.
So after that, the deer started coming under the deck here to get into the garden. So I have constructed a barrier here just with deer netting.
Right.
But I would like to get the lattice on this side so they can't come under this way.
Okay.
So that was one thing. And then I was going to start scrubbing it and then, you know, putting another coat of paint on it. And I felt funny when I walked on it. So then I discovered that that post, it's right under here.
You feel it? You feel it? Yeah.
Had, they poured cement around it, so it rotted from the bottom.
Oops.
So it's not even, you know, doing anything. I can show you that.
Yeah, we'll take a peek.
So then, you know, I began questioning totally
Right.
the deck.
Sure.
So I look it over and see what you think. Let me get this open here. This is my invention here.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate the help.
This can go
here
over somewhere.
About right.
Just there you go. Good
there.
shot. Okay. So this is what I had up here. So this is the lattice had ended there, but I store the mower under here. So what I would like is to have the lattice to about here and then have some kind of a sliding access so I can get the mower out.
Okay.
I'd like to tell you what I see.
What do you see?
As a licensed general contractor.
Okay, yeah.
That you have a 2x8 floor joist and 24-inch on center, meaning the distance between the two. And I will tell you that the words we use in engineering is the proof of the pudding is in the eating, meaning that it is holding the deck. I will also tell you that if I was to construct this today as it is, it would be a long way off of building code. And I would also say that we have several ways to approach this.
Okay.
One way is, what can we do to give you a strong and stable and safe deck?
Okay.
The option B is, what can we do to bring your deck up to a minimum standard in building code?
Okay.
And obviously option B is a lot more expensive.
Okay.
And it would include probably the simplest thing, sorry.
Rusty.
Yeah, we've got cracked joist here and dropped a little. It's got a 16-foot span. One,
Yes, it's
2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 16-foot span on a 2x8, which is it's too far. And everything in engineering is based on load and span. And the span being 16 foot, the load it carries is the 2x8. So what I would recommend doing is Charles, is that a 4x4 here? Or is that a 2x4?
It looks like a 4x4 right there, Lee.
Okay, but I got 1.5 inches here. Is it sticking out?
Yeah.
It is sticking out.
Yeah.
Okay. What we could do, there's so many things with a single band here. That we could put a girder, and I think that it lines up, and we can actually use these 2x2s as knee, a brace cut, and probably run on each side of the 4x4.
All the way.
Come back here.
All the way up here.
And
Actually, I would think we can take this. Well,
we will support the deck with 2 temporary bracing on either side,
and come all the way out to here.
and replace this 4x4. And this is an extraordinarily strong column. And the wood we would use is ground contact, meaning that it's not supposed to rot within a lifetime. So we can replace this with another 4x4, and then we need an attach point against the wall. Whether
I don't know how far this right here goes up right here, Lee.
sure.
Might have to you know, have something in the concrete in the block here
Well, that's one option. Another one is
to have.
if we can dig down and pour a shallow footing,
Yeah, right here.
and because this does not look like it gets wet. This is dry.
There's an overhang.
It is. It's dry here, so that the settling would be negligible.
Yeah, it would. I would, and that actually might be the better option right there, Lee.
So if we can take a line of sight between these two, and I do not believe that the gutter will come into play, but it's close.
I don't think it will.
And take, God, what is this?
Set this
We got,
makes me nervous.
We got 6 feet to here. That's 12 feet. And 2x10 doubled girder will fall within a 12-foot span and still be on code. At least this part will be strong. And we could pour shallow footing, raise a third 4x4 without having to drill into the wall, and then we'll have 3 bracing points.
All the way.
The double 2x10,
And it will keep some of this load off.
and it'll support everything here, so you won't have that bounce.
That bouncing, yeah.
And effectively, what that would do was reduce your span from 16 feet to 8,
I see.
and that would be on code as well.
Okay.
And let me look. How are you, 9?
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. All right. I don't see any rot. Because here again, that's supposed to be ground contact lumber. And ground contact lumber is treated a little differently so that the bottom of this post is strong. So the economical approach is to run the double 2x10 straight across, put up the third 4x4, so we'll have 3 points of support.
Okay.
And I believe, and obviously replace the failed 4x4.
Okay.
And add your lattice structure.
And we're probably going to have to bring the door out right here, you know, so you can, you know, access your lawnmower inside and outside.
Yeah, I had thought just some kind of sliding thing. You know, I made that thing there. Just basically, you know, it's to keep, and because that's there already, I thought it could slide behind there.
You want something that kind of slides
Just slides right behind there.
okay.
You know, in my mind, it was like a barn door.
Oh yeah.
You know, something rather than. I mean, I don't know. And that's just what occurred to me.
Yes.
Is something that would work.
Charles, put your hand on a brace or a girder. Just lightly touch it. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Because one of the things is a bracing. The deck is braced well, and I would call it from the north-south direction because it's bolted to the house. But on the left-right, bracing is nothing more than a board going from this point high to the bottom of that low to stop that side-to-side movement. And I've got mixed emotions about advising that because I like to tell people the right thing to do according to building code.
Okay.
And I also like to tell them that this deck has been fine for a very long time.
Yeah, I've been here 17 years.
And I don't want to over-engineer anything. I also don't want to fail to mention things that I see
Okay.
that would be helpful. But anyhow, to take basically a 2x6 and go from the top to the bottom on at least one of these
kind of,
bays,
stabilize
so that it stops that rock.
Okay.
Very inexpensive thing to do that would dramatically increase the safety of the deck.
Well, I'm interested in that.
Sure.
You know.
Okay. I like the deck for a lot of good reasons, and I think that these are reasonably inexpensive repairs that'll help this deck serve another 20 years.
Okay. Tell me about the floor of it.
Okay.
I'm
gonna measure this up, Lee.
Okay. Here. Record it. So push that red button one time.
Uh-huh.
You see the REC in red?
Yeah.
Okay, push it one time, you'll see the REC disappear.